Around, coming close.
So I'll just introduce myself. So my name's Aaron. I'm a chef from Rationale. So I'm just going to show you the way that you use the Rationale. But if there's any questions, please let us know. My job is to make you sure that you get the most out of the unit. It's quite very easy to use. Easy way to explain, this is off. This is on. Okay, so you don't need to push buttons to activate the unit. So the first mode when we start the unit up is the steaming mode. So anything you boil in a pot of water is 100 degrees. This is exactly the same thing. So if you're doing vegetables like potatoes, anything like carrots or anything like that, you don't need water anymore. So steaming exactly the same temperature. So again, if you want to do rice, you still put water in a container for rice. But just be aware, things cook a lot quicker in here. So normally a big pot of water takes, 20 minutes to get up to the boil. This will get to the boil with less than 1 minute. So,
oh my goodness.
So just to show you, we should always preheat the unit. So we're bringing the water up to the boil. So just to show you to preheat, we just go around here. See it says preheat?
Where's the steam coming from for the oven?
It's got a steam generator built in.
Built in there.
It's built in.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
because
so-
I'm seeing it's all dry.
Yeah, it's dry. And with the steam, it's not a wet steam, it's actually a dry steam. So your vegetables won't be waterlogged. You get the nice colour, the flavours all in your vegetables, not soggy.
If we use the perforated
Yep, that's perfect.
gastronol trays in there,
You can run all the
we
whole lot.
don't need to have like a solid one at the bottom
No.
to cut it,
No.
cut any residue?
No.
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 Okay.
So what you're saying is you're going to do rice and then you need to put the water.
Water standard. Your recipes don't change, but just the way you cook is a little bit easier. So, we're not lifting heavy pots anymore to do our, say, broccoli or our potatoes. So potatoes, we're going to perforated. You don't need any more water in to do your boiled potatoes.
All right then.
So just to show you, so we've got it on steam, just to preheat. So just show you here. See it says preheat, just to show you. Just turn it to the left-hand sides. Just shut the door.
How long does it take to preheat?
Less than 1 minute.
Oh my goodness.
The one in the morning will take a little bit longer because the boiler tank's cold.
Yeah.
That'll take around 2.5 minutes, but after that it'll be... So you can see here.
Yeah.
And you'll feel here, and you'll go here and you go, it's not hot. It won't be hot.
Cold.
Alright, so don't be aware, you think, is it working? It's working, so you don't run your hand across it and you burn half your hand off, so.
The temperatures will show when it's
It'll tell you load. When it's run, it'll tell you to load the product.
Oh, okay.
So with the trolley, I'll just go through it. So once that's done, that'll say load.
Yeah.
So the good thing about this is you can load outside. You don't need to load inside. So to load outside, so load all your potatoes or whatever and preheat without the trolley. Once that says load, you can just wheel that straight in. So you're not going, it's all the trays over there. You're not going.
So you can do that while you're
Preheating, yeah. So you don't have to go, so all your trays might be lined over there where you don't have to go, coming across. So you can. Once that says load, then we just put the time on. So I'll just show you here, guys. You've got 1 minute, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep. So for example, say...
That's on seconds, isn't it?
That's minutes.
Oh, that's minutes.
Yep. So
Okay.
say for example to do broccoli, if one piece of broccoli takes 5 minutes, the 500 pieces of broccoli only take 5 minutes. So if you put one tray of rice in here and that takes 20 minutes, if you put 20 trays of rice, it's still 20 minutes.
If you put all different varieties of vegetables, because they'll all cook at different times.
Different times, yeah.
So how do we...
So if you're going to do potatoes, you start with potatoes, say 25 minutes. And then when it gets to say 5 to 10 minutes and you want to do maybe carrots and that, just open the door, put all the carrots in and the time will go down. Just load the...
Just keep loading it from the...
Yep. So just to show, I've set say it's potatoes, I set 25 minutes. Again, you can always add time. Just whack the potatoes in.
That little booklet you just gave me, is that got times?
Yep.
It's got all the times in there that we need?
Yep. And just put the potatoes in, say we set it for 26 minutes, shut the door, and that's it.
That's all. Wow.
You don't need to hit buttons, it's on. If you want to stop it, just with the steam, don't open the door straight out. Just let it stay there a little bit. Let the steam out.
Yeah.
Open the door. You can pull the trolley all out. You're done.
Right.
And cleaning.
I'll get through the cleaning. Yep, great. So steaming, okay. So just to show you, if you want to add more time, you can add. You know, you can go up to 4 hours, or if you wanted to. But
How do you determine the time in terms of the different recipes?
so always go low. So there's a booklet. Always go low. So if you know broccoli, start with 5 minutes, and then you can always add time. Potato, start with 20 minutes and check. If it's rice, put in. I know it's about 20 minutes. I'll leave you my card, then you can give me a call. Rice in tray is about 20 minutes. So if you're not sure, start with 18 minutes, and you can always add time.
When you say rice, is it cooking rice in there?
Yeah.
You can put the water,
Rice.
like double the water to the rice
Yep.
and put the rice straight in there.
You can put.
It doesn't actually, like when you boil rice on the stove, it bubbles and doesn't do
So
any
you
of
can,
that.
do,
It
you can do
just absorbs
biryani. You can do
it sitting
biryani
there
in here. Yeah.
Yep.
You can do biryani.
Great thing about, say, doing rice on the stove, you have to always stir it because it
Yeah,
sometimes
you don't
burns.
have to do it here.
Never burns.
What about cakes? If you're going to
Cakes?
cakes
Yep.
and buns.
Yep, we'll get to that in a sec. Yep. So next we've got the dry heat, mate.
Jump in the gun.
You're right. So just on the steaming, just to go back to steaming, you can do like chickpeas, lentils, just in water in trays. You can cook all that stuff. You don't have to use
You don't have to soak and boil for an hour.
lifting big pots. So that's what I'm saying. Just think about, what you put on the stove is what you can do in
You're
here.
going to go out of the box from your normal cooking now.
So
Basically anything you boil in water.
exactly, you got it. Yep. Yep, you don't need water except for the rice and the zorb stuff, so the lentils and the chickpeas and all that. Water. Water you can get from here as well. So if you guys are looking for water, this is filtered water.
Yep.
So if you need, so you can put all your trays in, top all your lentils up. If you need more water for the lentils, you don't have to, drag it from say over there to here and spill it over the floor. You can just grab it from here and just top some water, more water. Okay. So we've got to cakes. Here we've got an oven now. So we're just moving it from steam into dry heat.
Yep.
So here's the temperature. It's from 30 degrees all the way to 300 degrees.
Oh my God. Pizza maker.
So you can cook like steaks or pizzas and.
We're vegetarians.
I'll
so
just
we'll
say.
forget this.
Just saying. Just saying if you wanted to cook. So again, with your cake recipe, if you normally cook it in a normal oven and it's 180, at least drop it by 20 degrees in here. All right. So if it's 180, put it at 160. And as I said, I just said to the gentleman before, you can always add colour. It's harder to take it off. All right. So and also.
When you said colour,
Yeah.
like, to get something brown on the top,
Yeah.
what did you do?
Just here's the temperature.
Oh, okay. So if you're cooking things on the bottom, they go brown.
Yeah.
the
Doesn't
same
matter where you
as
put it.
things
Even.
Yeah, so, if
So
we put
you have two
trays of
fans here?
lasagna or something like
So we
that.
can, and we can change the trays, so you're not putting in those little ones, but you can put the
Deep
trays
ones.
like
Deep ones?
what you've got in
Yep,
the oven as well.
Yeah.
So great question. Whether you put it here, here, or down here, it doesn't matter.
It'll all brown.
All brown. So again, if you're doing a cake and you're cooking it at 160, remember always preheat. So just hit preheat and then set the time. So what you used to use before, say a normal cake took an hour,
Yep.
you need to start with about half an hour to 40 minutes. It's going to take at least 30% time off.
Okay.
The reason is when you open the door and then shut the door and then shut the door again, within 10 seconds you're at full temperature.
All right. Like a normal.
Where a normal oven, you open the door, all the the heat comes out and it might take another 10 minutes to get up to temperature. Here it's 10 seconds. So just be aware things cook quick. Again, during the cooking time, if you look at it and it's getting a little bit dark, you can always drop the temperature. Don't be scared to drop the temperature.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can see normal oven without timer. You deserve a timer.
Yeah, timer here. Just here.
That's it.
Just here.
So once it comes, so that it rings a bell.
Yep.
Of course.
Of course it does. I'll just show you. You've got different air speeds here too as well, guys. So if you've got stuff you don't want floating around, you can change the airspeed in the unit,
On the fan.
the fan, so it doesn't blow. If you've got some paper on stuff or...
But you don't think you can foil it.
You never foil or glad wrap in here.
Never.
Does it make any difference if you use a stainless steel tray to an aluminium tray?
Stainless, great question. Stainless now, as you know, is very brittle. They're not well made. The quality of stainless. The older ones we used to use, if you felt them are really heavy.
Yeah.
So just be aware they do cook a little bit different to the old stainless and the new stainless. The old stainless, you would know they're a lot heavier. Where the new ones are a lot more brittle. So just be aware they do.
So normally I would bake biscuits on aluminium because they cook better.
Better?
than
Yep.
those
We've got our
stainless.
own trays too, but if you want to use aluminium, you could. Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Regardless,
Yeah.
as long as you get the right size,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
You go, Aaron, can you take it out? Again, and it's not ready, it's okay, just put a little bit more time on it. Or put another 2-3 minutes, it's okay, it doesn't matter. So temperature, you can always add colour. So if you're looking at it, it's a little bit pale, put another 1 more minute, just lift the temperature up. You can lift the temperature up, put a little bit more colour and take it out. You can always add colour, you can't take it off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. So that's an oven, all right? Next, we've got a bit of a combination. So to keep a little bit moisture in the product, where if sometimes you cook I know you don't cook meat, but say a roast, and you put a bit of water to keep it moist. This does exactly the same thing. So these are 20-minute intervals. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So this is just moisture, adding moisture to a cake. If you want to add a little bit of moisture to the cake, remember the steam is not a wet steam, it's a dry steam. So you can put 20% moisture with 80% dry heat in the cabinet.
You can do that with vegetables.
Do that with vegetables, for roasting vegetables or roasting, no problem.
You can start off with steaming and then switch to roast.
Yep. So you can steam the vegetables and then roast the vegetables afterwards if you wanted to.
You can do tofu or something.
Tofu, yep, you can do that, all that type of stuff. So here's just adding moisture, guys. So this is just gives you flexibility to add moisture. So 20, 40, 60. So you want a little bit of moisture in the product, you can add moisture.
What, with your experience, how much moisture would you put in for a fruit cake?
Fruit cake, I would put 20%. Yep, so just make it 20%.
And any other cake?
If I was doing like something with want some moisture in it, 20% is really good.
Okay then.
Because it won't wet the cake, it's just a bit of moisture in the cabinet to keep it nice and...
To keep it moist
not dry.
instead of
Yeah,
drying
dry.
it out too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, if you're doing a fruit cake and it normally takes 2 hours, you need to start with 1 hour.
Oh my.
I'm just saying to you, just be aware, things are going to cook quicker in the
Is
oven.
that regardless of the size of the cake?
Yeah, it's just going to cook quicker,
If you make
guaranteed.
a big one or you make a small
Because
one.
I make little ones and I make big
It's going to be
ones.
cooked, quicker.
Same.
It's going to be cooked quicker, I'm just guaranteed.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I'd be here 3 hours sometimes with big cakes.
Do you cook everything fresh and then serve? You don't reheat anything?
No.
Okay, I won't even talk about that. So really, you've only got 3 modes.
Tell us the so that we know everything.
Yeah, we're talking something. See how funny about this?
Actually, we could be, because if we're cooking things and putting them in the cool room, we
Yeah,
may...
sometimes when we cook and then put it in the cool room or bring back and eat it up.
So reheating, yeah? Okay. Do you have a tray? Do you have a tray, boss? Just one tray. I just want to show you what I mean by reheating. That's what I meant, reheating something. Something we've cooked before, we've put in the fridge, and now we want to reheat it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly, I mean, that needs to be.
Yeah. So,
Great oven, huh?
Is this-
Reheating for lunch.
yeah, so I'm just going to show you a really good way. You don't need a foil, you don't need a glad wrap anymore.
Oh, he's got the one, that's a big, too big a tray.
That's cool. That's cool.
All at once, speed,
That's cool.
heavy. All together.
Oh my God. We can do biryani now, straight here.
Say it was a vegetable lasagna. Yeah, you cooked vegetable lasagna. We cooked it yesterday.
Yeah.
We put it in the fridge,
Yeah.
and then we want to reheat it.
Yeah.
What temperature do you reheat the lasagna at?
I used to put mine at
150, 150, 180. That's okay. I'm just saying.
But you want to bring it up.
Us as chefs, sometimes we wrap it with glad wrap,
Yeah.
and then we steam it again. If we put it on 160, what are we doing to it?
Drying it out.
You're getting close. What are we actually doing to it?
Overcooking.
We're cooking it again, but it's already cooked. Do you understand? So it's already cooked.
Yeah.
Good, but
We just want to eat it.
that's what I'm saying. So what I want you to guys do is, when you reheat, use the F button. That's called finishing, reheating. All right.
Oh, I was wondering what
So
that.
that-
Yeah,
they all
finishing.
got
Just F.
Names and
The
numbers or
Steam,
anything?
dry
Okay,
heat combination, and F.
just
F means finishing, reheating.
And it gives them both a steaming and a...
This is where we come into. So, normally what you need to reheat to, so I always ask to the boss in your food safety or whatever, what temperature do you have to heat to? I say 80 degrees. Yeah, great. Yeah, do you agree? Yeah, great. So, this is just hypothetical. Why would you heat at 175 then?
I mean, like
I'm just saying, a lot of chefs, not you guys, I'm just saying a lot of chefs heat at 175, but we only have to go to 80 degrees. Do you sort of understand?
Yeah.
So you put the unit to 80 degrees, and it won't colour, it won't dry it out. You can make a lasagna, you can add a little bit of moisture to lasagna, heat it up to 80 degrees, and it's done. You can put the probe in it as well. So everyone knows we've got a probe as well.
I didn't know that.
All these little instruments that are stuck on you.
So just to show you guys,
It's not a temperature one, though, is it?
yeah, it is a temperature.
Oh, right.
So here you can see we've got on time.
Yeah.
If I go over here, I can do it on probe. So I can set the lasagna
Oh my God, this is too much.
to 80 degrees.
And you stick that in when it's ready and it'll tell
Fast
you.
done. So just put this in. This is my lasagna. Just put the probe in the lasagna.
Should
Yeah.
be coming here, yeah?
Just to show you, I've got on probe now. So this is time. This is probe.
Yeah, but it'll show you that it's
Show you.
80.
80 degrees. Just put it in. When it hits 80 degrees, you can serve it. But you don't need a foil. You don't need a glad wrap. You can add some moisture. You can take the moisture out. If it was roast potatoes, you can reheat roast potatoes. You cooked them yesterday, heat them today. I'm just saying, and you wouldn't know the difference.
No,
So
I'm not saying I wasn't.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying a lot of function centres do it this way. Yeah. So this is rice. If you guys cooked rice yesterday and you want to reheat it today,
We don't need to
I'll just say.
like that.
No. You can do it. I'm just saying you can make it to moist.
You can do it.
Biryani, lentils that you want to reheat. I'm just saying you can.
Can
But
you
it,
do chips in the
chips, yep, great.
How do you do the chips?
We've got chips. We've got a chip setting. Yep,
And
right.
they come up just like fried?
Crispy. Yep. Yep. So no oil. I use just a bit of spray on them. Yep. Yep.
Do you need a special tray for those?
We have one, but just on flat. If you can use really flat trays,
With the
holes in it. Don't pack it over because when we've got 20
not
trays,
these, yeah.
yeah, just flatter the better.
The perforated.
Better for it.
trays.
You could get away with it.
What, just the
thin one, yep.
small size?
Yep.
Okay, I don't think we've
So just to refer, guys, we've got 3 modes to cook now. So first is the steam mode. To remember to preheat. Just turn it here, preheat. Shut the door. You don't have to hit buttons to start it. Just shut the door. It'll preheat, and then it'll say load, and you just put time on it. All right. So if it's easy to work. Just shut the door, and you're cooking.
This must be a dream for cooks in the hotel.
Next, you've got now, if you want something really crispy, guys, I didn't mention this. This is called humidity.
Yeah.
So something like pastry, you want it really, really crispy.
Yeah.
You can take the humidity out of the cabinet. You know how you get moisture from puff pastry?
Yes, yes.
And you want something really, really
Yeah,
crispy?
yeah,
You can make this as a dehydrator.
Oh.
So you can dehydrate some fruits, or if you want to do that overnight.
You mean it's like it's
A
a
dehydrator?
Dehydrator.
Yeah, you're kidding.
So we can put it to 50 degrees.
Oh my God, so you can make, oh my gosh.
We can make 50 degrees.
Wow.
And you can run it overnight. You can just run it overnight. You don't need the canopy on. It won't make it.
You can dry roast nuts and...
Nuts and everything in there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so can we dehydrate,
You can
so
do-
no moisture?
You can do biscuits in a dried biscuits.
Dry biscuits, yeah.
No moisture.
Moisture.
When you
Well,
set up a
50
time,
degrees.
50 degrees is
suppose
no
you set
moisture.
3 hours or 4 hours. Once
No,
it
no
goes,
moisture.
the time finishes, does it stop cooking?
Yep.
No moisture.
buzz and
you
stop.
Get it's crisp, right?
Yeah.
So I just had the question, if you set 3 hours, guys, if I set 3 hours,
50
so
degrees.
3 hours, after 3 hours what happens? It's going to buzz, and it's asking you either take it out or add more time.
So, getting back to the dehydrated
Yeah.
section, you said you can leave it overnight.
Yep, so I leave it overnight, this means it's overnight. So this is just continuous cooking, you don't need to set. So,
You've just turned the knob
yep,
right down.
just turn it right the other way.
Okay.
Just turn it to the right.
Yeah, you put water in a tray to the right.
Yeah, right.
That's how you double the water to the right,
Yep.
so you double the water
So just,
to the right.
great question.
Yeah.
These are the questions, guys. If you're not sure, please, I'm here to help. So rice in with water, so 2 to 1 or whatever your recipe is, and you can put spices.
to put water.
You still water?
Yeah, you still have to put your water
Yeah.
in. Otherwise you'll have a very toasted little rice.
So we just got it at 100 degrees for your rice. Yeah, just 100 degrees. Put it for around 25 minutes. I know it takes around 25 minutes to cook your rice. But again, if one tray takes 25 minutes, you can put 10 trays and it's still 25 minutes.
So you don't have to boil the rice
Same
for
time.
lunch. You can put it in the machine.
All the same time.
All the same.
Well, that
How much
saves
rice can you cook in that?
In this?
No, don't do the rice here, do it in the black pan.
do the
I just want to
For
know.
the amount that you're going to do for the big ones.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about
50 kilo rice.
Sunday.
You can do 50 kilo in it.
For lunch.
for lunches.
Lunches, it's about, we do about 10 kilos.
Yeah, lunch would be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
It'll fill the whole, all of them.
How much in one of those trays? 1 kilo?
I would half fill them. Half fill them.
It's 2 kilo can
With
come.
rice.
And that's about 2 kilos, right? 2
Rice,
kilo rice.
water double, right?
Yeah.
How many
Yeah,
trays?
that's
20,
almost
40?
same.
Yeah,
40.
no, you can't do 40 trays.
120. That's 20. You see how it's
You run 10 trays.
Or 10 of the 100.
10 of these. You'll do 10 of these.
100.
10 of them, yeah, and also you can just do the flat shakes if you want to.
Suppose we wanted like color in it or spices. It doesn't
You have to
matter.
get some dehydrating.
And put it in.
Spices, guys, the question, what about spices and that? The recipe does not change.
Whatever our recipe can whatever.
Everything, you put anything in there.
And then just put it in there.
Does the small oven work the same as this one? So they're exactly the
Exactly
same?
the same.
Okay.
They'll cook the same. This will cook exactly the same as the small one to the big one, makes no difference.
Okay.
That one takes 10, I think.
Yeah, that's
10.
20 trays. That's
So just go back on the steaming, guys, to do a preheat.
Yep.
Just turn it here, preheat.
preheat.
Wait, just shut the door, preheat, put a time on it, and you're cooking. You've got a dry heat mode, so you've got 30 degrees all the way to 300 degrees. So just change the temperature. Just push preheat, put a time on it, and you're cooking.
So the temperature first.
This is the temperature, this is the time. During the cooking, if you want to change the temperature, you don't need to open the door, so just reset it. You can change it to wherever you like. Yeah. You just got to cancel it and then change it.
Okay.
Because it's like a recipe, you've set the recipe, you just want to change it, just click it back and you can change. You want it up to 300, you can put it to 300 if you want it to.
And that just stays the same, right? And yeah.
Yep, it stays the same. That's cook against dry heat oven. Yep, and you've got combination, you've got finishing, reheating. I'll just show you the guys with the cleaning. That's just the cool down. So you need to cool the unit for cleaning. So it needs to be under 50 degrees. So we gave you a bottle of a chemical bottle.
I saw it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll fill, that's already diluted. So you don't need a lot. You just need a little spray. So make sure the unit is under 50 degrees, guys. Okay. Or this one's set at 43. So to cool it down. Does it say cool? Make sure it's under 50. Under 50.
Do you choose cool yourself or does it?
No, it does it automatically. So to do the cleaning is over here. So just to show the cleaning, guys. Just move it down to clean down here. Just to show you guys again. So just put it down.
Programs.
Program start. Says clean. Spray a little bit of chemical. You don't need a lot. So just a little spray. Push start. Just push start. See it move to 40 minutes. Shut the door. 40 minutes. Just hose it out. You're done. If you spill something down here like some spices or gravy or white sauce or anything, do not touch it.
Okay.
Let it go.
Right.
Don't touch. It'll clean itself.
Scouring.
It'll be brand, no scouring. Don't worry. If you drop something, drop something. Don't worry about it. It'll be like this tomorrow, brand new.
What cheese and stuff?
Don't worry. Cheese,
Everything.
anything. Don't
We've got
touch.
the spray bottles there in the cleaning.
Yeah. So you don't need a lot. Just a little bit. Shut the door, and just shut the door, and then clean will activate. Okay.
You're going to have to get a logbook.
Once in a day you need to
Every night if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 40 minutes. While that's happening, you can clean the rest up. It'll buzz. Just hose it out. Just a quick hose out. Just a quick hose out. And you're done. So no need to. The trolley stays in. The trolley stays in. Or clean the trolley as well. Don't leave the trolley in.
Can you set it off and then hose it next morning? Or should it?
They need to stay. You need to turn it off once 40 minutes has come. Just once every once a month. Just hot soapy water, if you can. Just hot soapy water. Just keep this nice and clean.
How
Just,
did
just,
you open that?
I'll just show you.
What was that again, sir?
Second.
I missed it.
So just use your thumb. Just use your thumb. Just put that. Just use your thumb. It won't fall on the floor, Dora. Okay.
Not
Just-
everybody should do that.
Just hot soapy water if you can. It won't need a lot. Just keep an eye on it.
But
And then once that's done,
nobody's
guys,
responsible.
just turn it off, and you can go home.
Kitchen manager should do that.
So just to go back to turn it on, we're going to turn it on. Just wait for the mouse to warm up. You're ready to go. So just do preheat. I'll do some steaming, preheat, shut the door.
It's simple, really.
It is, yeah.
It's quite logical.
And again, if you're having any trouble, I'll leave you my card. Happy to help. My job is to make sure you get the most out of this unit.
The thing would be to the temperature of what we see, make sure we've got the right temperature.
The steaming is always at 100 anyway, so that won't change. You're really worrying only about two temperatures, the dry one and the combination one.
Putting the hand different stage will make a difference in terms of how do you train the hand?
That's because if you've got something like biscuits and you've got it on paper and you don't want it flying around everywhere, you can turn the fan down a little bit. Or a cheesecake, you know, like a cheesecake, you don't want to ripple it. Yeah, so that puff pastry, you would use the dry heat and take the humidity out. Make it really, really quickly.
Yeah, that's because we usually have the oven with the water, and then we need to grease the tray, we need to put the baked paper, we need to do quite a lot of things, you know, grease with oil.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's what.
We're used to doing
We
everything.
still have the conventional now.
We've had, you should have seen what we've had. No,
get
you
it
better
on.
not. But you'd
But
be
remember,
amazed.
but just remember, you're not changing your recipe. So you
Yeah,
still
that's
make
what- yeah.
all your spices, the way you make everything does not change. It just is an easy way to cook. You know, for me to do broccoli for, 300 people, how many pots do I have to put on the stove and carry and wait? Yeah, before you boil the pot, I've already cooked the broccoli.
So when we're making,
Plus it's a lot better anyway, because all the vitamins and minerals, when you put in pots, guess where all the flavour goes? It's all in the pot. We're here, it's all in the vegetables.
You're going to have to use a lot of spices in there then too, because the vegetables will have to
And the broccoli can sit out an hour on the bench, it'll still be the same colour as you cooked it an hour ago.
Oh yeah, because when you boil it in water, everything, all the green colors.
Yeah, and the carrots and all that type of stuff, it's all gone.
Yeah.
We're here, it's all in the unit. It's all, the flavour's all in the
so
unit.
basically you could do your sauce, the base sauce in the bread pan.
Yeah,
That's
So
what
all
it's
your
all about.
vegetables,
Yeah.
cook your vegetables.
throw it straight in, mix.
That's what
So
it's all about.
it's less than 40 minutes to make.
Yeah.
So crossways, you won't be taking 4 hours anymore, you'll be taking probably 2.
How many prawns do we get? Fully prawns, only one?
This is the only big one we got. And the half one over there. That's
You don't need two
You don't need
Once you've got, if you've got all your extra trays set out there, You put it on.
So
It says Lord.
load. So you see how easy it is? It tells you anyway.
Yeah.
So just to show you.
Keep an eye. Oh my God, there's a lot of steam. Oh, you have to open it very gently.
Just like that. Just it won't flick out. It's safety. It's got a safety.
And if you wear glasses, you won't be able to
Yeah.
see with that steam.
If you get too close, that's for sure.
And steam bath or even too hot. Be careful.
So you can notice here it's not flooded with water. It's a dry steam.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you put it in, broccoli all in.
Okay.
So as I said, if you feel this now, it's still, this is 100 degrees, but the door's cold. So you think it's not even working.
You and I. Yeah.
So just put the time on. So we're doing potatoes. Try 20 minutes. Remember, you can always add time.
Yeah.
You're cooking. Within 10 seconds, you're at 100 degrees.
So regardless of whether you're cutting potatoes this big or this big.
If you cut them smaller, a bit less time. Less time, yeah.
That anyway we use the machine. Usually we use the machine to cut, so I think everything is...
Yeah. But if you, I don't know how long it took you in pots or whatever, it's going to save you, I don't know, the time you even put the water to the boil, I've already cooked it.
With the amount that we cook, would you suggest that we may need another trolley in the future?
You could.
And you could just keep that aside?
That's what I would do. That's what normally what I would do. While one's cooking, you would have one tray up ready to go, lined up here, in and out.
So we might need to get another trolley.
Again, if I want to try and change it to dry heat mode, just shove it here. So we're going to cook it, 180 degrees. Remember, just preheat. So the unit's going to now change to dry heat mode.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. It just does automatically for you.
Yeah.
Does it get rid of all the moisture from inside?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let it go, let's see.
Also, suppose I don't know exactly how much water you want to dry or whatever, so the machine will adjust.
It adjusts itself. Yep. But it's really important, guys. Always preheat. Always preheat. Especially for you guys, because you're doing in bulk cooking. When you cook at home, your oven at home, do you preheat the oven at home and put it in, or you just whack it in cold? Normally it's warm or hot. You try to preheat, especially if you're doing, bulk cooking.
If you forget whatever,
Pardon?
if you forget whatever.
It just makes a longer time of cooking.
Okay.
So instead of it taking 10 minutes, it might take 20 minutes. But I always come and see you guys, and guess what? You tell me you're too busy. So we're trying to free some time up for you guys.
What about like if you're doing a custard or something like that? Can you put the
Custard?
in there?
Do you do it in little bowls and that?
No, we do it in. But
We usually do it in pots, but can you do it in trays?
Would you do it? Better to do it. That's what we do.
We do 50 liter custard.
Do it in. You do 50 litres all at once, and I'll go through that with you as well. So just to show you, here's the moisture coming out now. So the moisture will come out,
Yeah.
and then they're ready to go.
Wow, what an oven.
Charlotte?
Amazing, it's in the oven.
So this is our
wrap pan. So this has electronic ignition. So turn it on. Oh, this is one you're having problems with. Do you want to come round to the other one? Yeah, I think your tech's coming. Don't have to look at this one. We'll go round to the other one.
yes, we're all the same.
All right. So electric ignition. Turn it on. And so you hear that, it clicks in and it ignites itself, okay? Yep. Then you want to set the temperature here.
Guys, if you can't see, come.
Yeah, just, sorry, tell me if you can't see. This, just lift it up and down as you please. You've got your tap on the side, so your hot and cold water. Just make sure when you are lifting the unit up or down that the tap is not in the way. So once the tap is out of the way, to lift the unit up and empty the product that's inside, just hold this down and you can see it starts to lift. once it gets to a certain point, the gas will disconnect.
Goes all the way.
Yeah, it goes all the way. So
What we're doing is getting trolleys with high enough to fit a tub underneath so it can just pull straight in.
so that's easy. You can put whatever's in there into your gastronome trays or your bucket or whatever it is. If it's wastage or you've just cleaned it, you can empty it straight into the drain on the floor. Okay? And then to put it back down, just the same thing. So it's very quiet now because the gas is disconnected. Once it hits a certain point again, the gas is going to reconnect for you. Yeah, really simple.
I have a question. If you turn it on, how long do you have to leave it before you kind of set to work it? Like with pots, if you put that on and you leave it on a flame, it will kind of do some damage on the pot.
Yeah.
Whereas, what's the situation with the vacuum?
I'll just ask Az.
Yeah, so with oil, just be careful, the oil will get hot really quick. So to put oil in here, you can adjust the temperature. So the good thing, this goes all the way up to 220 degrees, you know, to do like fry some onions and all that. But you can adjust it very similar to like, you know, like you're doing. But the advantage is with this, you don't have, you can adjust it really quickly. Where in a pot, you know, you have to slide it off, slide it on all the time. So you can adjust it. So it won't take that long to get hot. Okay?
So you should always have something in there first?
Yeah, oil, bit of oil in. Yep, just put it oil or, and for your, see if you're going to toast some spices or anything like that, put the oil in and just put the temperature on, and the temperature, when it's ready to go, it will fire it up. Yep. So but really quick, you can put paddles in here because it's metal, so paddles or spoons and whatever. You can add water to cook rice, so if you want to cook rice in here, you can cook rice in here as well if you wanted to. So the rice, you know, you've got water here to get the rice, you know, put some rice in. To cook lentils or chickpeas or anything like that, you can do that as well. Sauces. Boil them, boil them in.
And what was the other one? What was the question?
Great, sorry. The great thing is you can open the vent too. So if you want to shut it and let steam out, you can move this as well. Yeah. Or you can shut it closed as well. Okay, you can close the lid for soups. Soups just really quickly in here. Yeah. You can blend, if you want to blend them, you can blend them.
In there as well.
Yeah.
So the metal won't, if you stir with metal,
That's
it
fine.
doesn't damage it at all? Because we've just bought wooden paddles.
You can. Wooden paddles or metal paddles. I use metal paddles as well.
Both.
Yeah, metal paddles.
Stir fries?
Stir fry, great, really hot temperature, 200, rack it up. Don't be scared to whack it up for stir fry. Fry really quickly and you can do it in bulk. Yeah, so sauces, you can do big bulks of sauces, simmer it, you can turn it right down. You can have it right down to say like 90 degrees and it just simmers nice. You don't have to stand there and stir it for every time. Yep.
So if you fry the tofu in there, say for instance, and then you can put the sauce in it and you can put all the veggies on top and then turn it down and put the lid on.
Yep.
This tab, can you actually measure water from it, or you have to know exactly?
No, you just got to turn it off.
It's got litre and gallon things
It's all here.
up there.
See here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it,
150.
Look at it this way, it's like a big pot,
Yeah.
but a bit more surface. So better, even surface to brown, you can brown really nicely now.
you can judge your water anyway when you're cooking something by putting it in.
No, I was thinking about rice. We add certain amount of water.
Yeah.
So if you knew how much.
Put the water in first and put it up to boil it and then add
Yeah.
rice.
That's what you're trying to. What's the best way to do it?
Yeah.
If you knew what.
Yeah.
We make a preparation sweet rice, so we're cooking milk.
Yeah,
with
milk.
rice.
We talked about custards, guys, before. Custards, we can simmer the milk in here and then add the corn flour. Again, if you want to use a whisk, use the whisk, no problem.
And you can do sweet rice.
Sweet rice, anything you want.
But milk is not like when milk is boiling, normally coming out.
Yeah, so here you can change the temperature a little bit lower. You've got really good control. So, in the pot,
Good control.
yeah, you turn around and the pot, it's all over the top of the pot.
You're in control on this one, not the flame.
Yeah, so, really good control. So, again, don't change your recipe. Your spices, you want to toast spices in here?
Yeah.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Just think of them as a big
Just a bigger pot. Bigger pot, easy to lift as well. You don't have to, carry it where, Charlotte was showing it tilts. You can have buckets and, stuff lined up and it's gone. You can hose it out, just hose it out and you're ready to go.
What's the best thing to clean it with?
I just hot soapy water with a bit of a
Just with a sponge.
sponge. Yeah.
Take note, cooks, because you need to be cleaning.
You'll find this is a lot.
Cleaning it now.
Not that
you've got less time.
sometimes when you know with the pots, sometimes they heat them too hard and there's too a little bit you have to scrub. Here you'll get away with a lot of that. You won't get a lot of burning with these because you've got really good control.
Well, if you do, you just put water in, right? And
Exactly.
you just turn it up.
And it just
boil
tips
the
into
water
here,
in.
right?
Yeah.
And it goes down.
So for your cleaning guys, you've got obviously you can see the grates here. Yep. So we can tilt it and then hose it out, clean it out, and then with all the water's here for you as well.
It goes down the drain.
Down the drain.
So how do you clean the lid?
You can just hose it out. Hose it out.
And a cloth.
Yeah.
We don't have any hose attachments to these, do we?
Not yet.
There's
No,
a
on
hose
these,
somewhere.
no. they
You'll have
don't
there's
a
one I
hose.
saw one come. So yeah,
So if you clean the lid, water's going to go over here. Is it going to be
okay.
doing the damage?
it's okay.
No?
It's okay.
You just,
Just
go
don't-
to the floor and you
It goes
just
straight down.
Yeah,
pull it
it's all
through.
good. It's all
Squeaky
good.
it through.
Just when you first use it, just heat it up a little bit, spray some water, some oil on the bottom of the pan just to season it and give it a coating.
We'll have
Okay?
to do that before we start.
Yeah.
One thing I was noticing is when you got a hand there, you got to have it handy all the time. There's a heat, hot food is coming out.
This one?
Hot food is dropping in there. You know that, like for example, if there's a soup there, right?
Yeah.
And if you're putting in the pot,
Yeah.
all that splashing and everything.
No, you've got to see it's curved here. So you
You shouldn't find that there'll be too many splashing.
We'll have a trolley.
if you've got a little, it won't. You'll get the splashing. Great question because you've got a little catchment here where others where you can get you have to judge where it's coming out. Where here it'll all centralise and come out nicely for you.
What's the minimum you can cook in these then?
I'll get you that exactly. But you can really you can go right up.
Maximum 100.
The max is up to
Yeah.
100
Yeah,
litres.
100
So
litres.
that's like, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah. Again, if you need stuff to quickly get to the boil, you can shut the lid. So it's a pumpkin soup and you're in a bit of hurry and you need it, it'll get to the boil really quickly in here. And as I said, if you want to blend it in here, to make it nice and smooth, you can do it from here as well.
So if you're cooking full quantity, how long?
You just want to
say,
cook
right,
big now.
how long will that take?
Again, if you get once to the boil, it'll be 20 minutes. It's going to be quicker than pots, guaranteed.
Wrap pans will only be, wrap pans will be only for feasts and crossways. But there's smaller devotees' meals in the morning and lunch. Lunch you might be able to use these too on Saturdays, Sundays.
Is that like a thermostat, like when it say 200 degrees you keep, and then
Cut off.
it'll cut off?
And then it'll adjust itself. So when you add the products, it'll fire itself up automatically.
PowerPoint's
Cold
going to
water,
help.
Yep.
then again it will go to
Yep. It'll fire itself up. Yeah.
That's a bit far away, isn't it?
Isn't it?
When we are cooking all the basically all the curry and everything, we all, more or less we work on spices, taste of the food. So we're going to add that. So sometimes we are worried that the spices don't burn.
Yes.
Suppose we are, we don't know the temperature.
Just
or something
change.
or the other. Yeah. We can change it
Just change it a little bit lower.
lower. Huh?
Yeah, just a bit lower. It goes all the way to 220. Yeah, but just adjust it so you don't burn your spices.
Adjust.
Yeah,
Because that's our main concern.
yeah. Of course, of course.
What I love about it is that you can put your soup in, you turn it down and
So it can immediately cool it down.
You can cool it down, yeah. Just if you need to cool it quickly, add a little touch of water. Yeah, or just drop the temperature right down.
Put oil in the
You've
gear.
got enough money to buy one.
If you put a water in the gear, will be fire. Bang. Better, just cool
Just
down.
it, yeah.
Just
But they're really good to use for like your custards and milks and all that. Any like pudding type stuff, really good. Puddings like sago pudding or something like that, like a rice pudding or something like that. Really,
Pretty much anything's going, right?
Won't stay.
Put that water, then
it's got a coating in it. They're really good.
Might take some playing around to get used to if you've never used one before, but just do a little bit of testing.
How hot is this water
Start low temperature and work your way.
How hot?
It can be hot. You got hot and cold water.
Yeah, I know, but how hot is that? Is it boiling?
Yeah, it's hot water.
I was gonna.
It's not boiling, but it's hot.
You know what do? We do the semolina pudding for our food. I mean, like a morning or afternoon. we we fry the semolina with butter. And stir fry. After that, we use the boiling water, and then after that, we put it. But this water is not sufficient.
It's not boiling, but it's really hot.
It's not really hot, is enough. No.
It's got to be boiling, does it?
Yeah, it has to be boiling, and then we mix the sugar and then put it in afterwards.
So you maybe have your water here for the boiling,
Okay.
and just tilt it across, and you've got your pudding.
That's what I was thinking.
Can we boil water
Or
here?
otherwise, you can pour water here.
Yeah, you can do
and just
that.
transfer it across.
Yeah, you can do that.
We have that press the button and then.
Smarter than me.
No, I have used that a long time back, but just questions of,
Yeah.
that water can be used for halwa or no. I was just thinking,
Yeah, but you can't take it
For some things we need hot water straight away.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to feel it hot enough.
You're getting wet.
That's all right.
Maybe. They're like, 75, 80 degrees, probably.
Just checking how hot the water is.
Oh, the water gets pretty hot. We tested it the other day
No, because the boys are asking how hot the water gets.
from the rack pan.
Huh? No, but I just said it'd be hot.
It's very
But
hot.
they're the same for the similar to pudding, they use boiling water. So I said sometimes you could boil the water in here and then move across.
Yeah, we also suggested that they boil part of it.
I said that as well.
Yeah,
On the
part-
pot, just transfer
Some
it.
sugar, part of it. And then just put the hot water into it. Then you don't have to lift it, all the water. But it'll be,
That just allows the
they're our
steam out.
crossways cooks. If they
You know, if you don't need some steam to release, you can just let the steam out for maybe rice, absorbing the water.
Can we have a look at the burners?
You've just got cabinet space underneath, so no oven in this one. Just to light it, take this out.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you have to take that off to light.
Sometimes it's easier.
Because it has a pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so once that's lit,
So
okay.
you press it and
Yep,
hold
so
it.
push it round to the spark,
Yeah.
okay? Hold it in, light it, right? Then you can leave it on pilot if you want. Even when you go home at night, if you choose, you can leave it like that. So when you come back in the morning, you're not relighting, but it's completely up to you. Okay, once it's lit,
It's safe.
yeah.
For safety.
So the pilot needs to first put it on.
Yeah.
Is it working?
So you don't have to take it off, it should be alright, okay? Yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah.
So because it's new, it might just take a while to kick in sometimes.
Blue. How
That's,
hot is that?
So that's your high heat, and then you
yellow
can
there.
adjust it and turn it round.
There's no loss
yellow.
of, loss of heat there.
Yeah, so it's
It's a blue flame.
yeah. Cool. So just high and low for that one, and then you've got your pilot, which you can leave it on if you choose.
All of them got a pilot, or they want a pilot?
Yeah, they all have a fire.
They all have a pilot,
Okay, they have all separate one. Okay.
pilot and flame failure as well. Yeah.
No hosing this one time.
So if you put
Yeah.
it there, does the pilot go off? Maybe
Yeah.
turn
So
it
when
off?
you put it back to just the circle that you can see there, that's off.
The circle is off,
Yep, so
and the pilot
circle.
is on the
Yep.
next one, and then the rest of it works. If you're just
Yep.
setting the temperature to one.
Yeah. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah.
So you've just turned the pilot off, am I right?
Yeah. So I've just turned it off
Do you know
now.
what's happening here? Hello? Do you know what's
Want to give it
happening?
a go? Cool. So you've got these here. So this first one is for the.
So this
put
one
on-
goes in this
Yep.
way,
So
right?
push it in and put it round to the spark. Yep.
Yeah.
And you want to light it.
Leave it that one out.
Yep. So hold that in.
You have to hold
Hold it in with your hand.
Press it.
like the kitchen one.
So pull that back and then press the.
No.
Cool. So yep, that's done. Take that off. Cool.
Which one? This one is.
That one's the front one.
ECG.
So you can see the pilot in there. In there.
And it was okay.
Cleaning.
Okay, so cleaning this. So the best way to clean it. Firstly, once you've heated these up as well, like I said with the Brett pan, spray it with some oil, okay, just to season the cast iron. Cleaning it, it's easiest when it's cool just to brush it down with a brush, get all the residue off it. If you want to clean these, if you are going to put them in water, make sure that they are cool. If you put them in water and they're hot, they'll break.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Okay.
do not put in hot water when it's hot.
So cast iron is extremely durable. It will last you a very, very, very long time. So you can get away with just brushing it as well. In this particular unit, this is one whole piece and it's actually quite heavy. So just be careful when you're lifting it in and out as well. Yeah. It's good, but it is very heavy. So
Do we need to do anything on the surface of this before we start cooking?
just spray it with the oil.
Same as the breakfast.
We need to season them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it does have a get away.
But yeah, you have to be careful. It breaks much easier than the other
We'll
one.
do that next week to all the machines.
If there's water at the bottom.
There is.
No, I'm just saying.
Ah.
If there's water there, then maybe the
Yep. So you've got these trays here. Okay, so on this unit it's one whole piece, but that's where you're going to find all your crumbs and things like that fall off the side. So
Does that come right out?
yeah, that comes all the way out. And you can give that a wash and get rid of all the crumbs that are in there.
There is no electrical wires in there.
No, oh well, there's a piezo and your flame failure in there. Yeah.
I cooked, presented,
let's try now.
organised. I did everything, didn't I, Lucky? I was taking one hat off, putting another hat on. I was very enthused and I didn't feel it was wonderful.
This one is not going. This is right. How many spoons are right?
I had
That's off.
Yeah. It's off or on?
but then I had to finish the evenings.
Because we're changing it, lifting it up. Oh, it's on. Oh, because it was sitting there, that's why. So there's another thing, you put it right. I'm telling you
I'm
now.
gonna have 5 backups.
Actually, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. You know, we have
This one is the front, right?
Every challenge or an obstacle at every step of the way. Because in my mind I was thinking, okay,
You just need to blow it.
because it made me
showed you that you could do it.
and the ladies, they just looked at so much. And you could see a transformation from the time they arrived.
How many months?
It would have been about 20.
About 20.
And there were the woofers.
No.
Not on.
Wood choppers. So we were cooking for about 30.
So make sure you hold it in.
Sometimes it felt like it was 50.
Sometimes I felt like that was
It just kept coming and coming. Regardless of how much we cooked, it was still there.
And on the last day, they took home things.
I can't do this one.
There was a little bit of crumble.
So hold that back and then press the.
They took them home to feed the husbands. They didn't want to cook. They got crumble.
Sorry.
I couldn't do it.
Holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little of
Yeah. Oh, gone again.
Gone.
How do you do this one?
So you got to push it forward and then pull that at the same time.
Are we doing different?
Yeah.
Push it forward
Yep,
and
and then click.
push it forward.
Yeah, it's on.
Cool.
And we don't have the hose. Then you'll go and find
So just hold it for a couple of seconds.
and this will be lovely.
So you can release it and then turn it around and let's see if we've got some. Yeah.
And just imagine what you have to come and say.
Don't do that. It's too hot. Be careful, it's hot. Turn it off then.
Yeah.
Nothing
So
bad.
yeah, they will get very hot. So
smell the hair.
don't touch them after you've had the flame on. But
Why don't we just get those spray oils and just
Okay, good.
Cool.
get a few cans of spray oils and spray.
Try to turn it off?
Next is fries, I think. Leave it on. Let it go because we don't need it for a while.
When you're going to start cooking and stuff in here? Next week? Okay, cool.
One's completely ready, so maybe we'll move anyway.
Yep.
Okay, we're on the fryer.
All right, so the fryer.
Oh, sorry.
Fryer, come over here, guys.
So this fryer has inbuilt filtration. Okay, so it's going to filter your oil for you so that your oil lasts longer. You're not taking it out to clean it and things like that. So I'll just show you. This also has electric ignition, this unit. So if everyone wants to have a look, there's a little switch down here and you want to turn it to on. Okay, so you flip that up to on. When you turn the unit on, it's going to light for you.
How quickly does it heat?
It will heat. Ooh, would I only take?
172.
Yeah, so you can change the temperature on here as to whatever temperature you want the oil to be. So just with the up and down arrows. It will probably take about 10 minutes, I'd say, from when the oil is cold to heat up. All right, so filtering. It's up to you how often you want to do it. You can decide how frequently you're using it and how dirty you think your oil is.
You probably, if you're doing poppadoms, you probably need to do it every day, wouldn't they?
Yeah, better, just...
Yeah, but they'll
Filter it.
And the Sunday feast, they'll have to do it that day. It's not like you leave your oils for the whole week and then
But
clean it
Sunday
once.
fish, when they make a pakoda, is there going to be sufficient for the...
This one's the other one, is the double one over there.
This will be the deity's one to start
The
with.
double
Yeah,
one
the
there?
other one is double.
So both are the same,
More
one's just
efficient than a
bigger.
wok.
So the filter oil gets reused again, is it?
Yeah, so you clean it and you reuse it again.
So poppadoms and
So what
pakoras,
do we
I'd
do? We
say
have to
you
wait-
clean it as you use it.
Yeah, so
Clean it daily.
Wow, that's
you want to do it when the oil is still hot, okay? So you want to pull this unit out. Now with this, you should have got a packet of some, it's called filter paper and a powder.
Good.
Okay, so that is for your fryer.
Yep.
All right, so we're taking all these out.
We didn't get any filter paper.
We've got something in the
You've got some?
and powder.
Yep. So it'll be a white paper and some powder. So these are all the parts to it. So firstly, you're putting your filter paper in the bottom.
Yep.
Everyone see?
Yep.
Okay. Put your filter paper in, then you put this back on top and it's going to hold down the paper for you. After that, you'll get the little sachet of white powder and you want to just sprinkle it inside the bottom. Just sprinkle it as evenly as possible.
That's the whole pack, is it?
Yep, so the whole packet. And you put this back in.
This is all the time.
You have
whenever
that there all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so once it's all reassembled,
That has to go down,
all right, so we put it back in and you're ready to filter. Turn off the unit. So just with your on and off switch there. There's a red lever down here. Okay, so you want to pull that out. What that's going to do, it's going to start dropping the oil into this container down the bottom. After that, so you can pretty much do it. Start dropping the oil and then you'll turn on your oil return. Sounds like this. Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to drop it and then put your oil return on. Roughly for about 3 minutes, that's going to filter through the oil, and clean it. Okay? once all the oil's dropped, you can push your lever back, the red one, push it back, and then wait about 3 minutes, and then turn back down the yellow lever, and it's going to bring the oil back up for you. And
you have the yellow and the red lever up together.
yeah, so the red one releases the oil that's up in the pot
Yes.
and starts dropping it down into the box down here. And the red one is to activate the pump that's going to filter it and clean it, push it through here, and also bring it back up to the top.
But it doesn't do it until you've had that 3 minutes break where you've turned both off, and then it goes back.
So you leave this yellow one up 3 minutes,
Yes.
keeping the pump running, and then once that's done, it'll all be back up here, and then you just put this one back down and basically turn off the pump, and then the oil will be ready to go again.
So what do you do with the crumbs and everything?
So yeah, and then you just pull this unit back out again, pull out all those the bits and pieces, and then you'll be able to pull out the filter paper. It will all stay together. So you lift that out, get rid of all the crumbs, throw the whole thing out, and then you can just wipe the unit down with some paper towel is fine. Get rid of any excess oil. And then same with, you would also have received a brush. It's kind of on a long stick.
Prabhu, do you have a brush as well?
Is there a long brush in there
For the fryer?
for the fryer?
Did we get a brush for the fryer? Did you get some white powder? Did you get a...
in the cool room.
Yeah, it's probably all in the box. It usually all
we
comes
haven't seen
together.
it, yeah.
So it'd be like a brush on a stick. As you release the oil, or even beforehand, just give it a scrub around the edges of the unit, because that's where usually the crumbs tend to stick. So give that a brush to get all those loose, and then once it's releasing, it's going to take all that stuff with it as well. Okay, once it is while it's filtering, you can also get paper towel as well, and just give it a bit of a wipe if there is any excess that you want to get rid of.
You'd never put a hose there, water there, or to clean nicely, or?
You can do what's called a boil out. So that's using water to basically do the same thing, except you're using water.
Okay.
Okay.
Because sometimes, they just stick it on, so.
Wouldn't pump it back up, though, would you?
And no, you'd want to get rid of
dispose
it.
of it
Yeah.
completely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is
You lift it out. You just, you mean the dirty bits, or when you
How to get rid of your waste oil?
We know.
We know how to do that. Go back over there. No.
No, there's a filter tape in there that you lift out, and it all comes with it, and you dispose of it.
You dispose of it.
That's that white
And
tape
the oil
in there.
goes back up.
so that's getting rid of all the
Sediments.
sediments and things like that that are in the oil. Once you're actually ready to get rid of the oil and change it, it's kind of up to you how you do that. I don't know, are you using a company like Cookers or something like that to collect? No?
Biomax?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And we've also got that oil thing where we dispose. We won't have that anymore, will we?
We do have.
Will we?
We do
Still
have.
have that. We've got an oil disposal.
Yeah, disposes.
So what you can do is take the unit that's underneath out, swap that out for a bucket or a gastronome tray, whatever's going to hold the capacity that's in the fryer, and then release the red handle again to drop it into that, and then you can dispose of it, unless your company come in and suck it out the top for you. There is an accessory you can buy that sucks the oil out for you, but it's up to you whether you need that or not.
What's the capacity?
This one is 20 litres.
And when the oil is dirty, you should do it. So that it will, like if they cook papadums one day, one day you might be able to clean it, but the next day or the couple of days you might have to do that whole filtering system. Because it gets all that blacky stuff, and then you need to get that out of the oil to make it.
That one you can do in Gopas.
it sit on there? The oil. Do you have covers on the day, like at night when the oil's it's not in use?
Yep, so you can. I don't know if you've got a cover for this, if it's lying around somewhere.
Should be. Not sure.
Otherwise, just a tray or something that's going to fit over the top, and you can just cover it at night. Okay, so this is the brush I was talking about. So you're just giving it a scrub around the sides and things like that, getting rid of all the crumbs and stuff to the side.
But how long would that brush last?
I mean, it's fairly durable, so you can just give it a rinse every now and then, and I think it should last you quite a while.
Can you just take off that brush segment and put new ones on?
No, you can't, unfortunately.
Whole new brush.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a bottle brush.
Yeah. I mean, you could really probably use any brush. This just has a nice long handle, so you're not too close to the hot
And it's
oil.
practical too, but with the way that it's...
Yeah, the way that it's shaped. So,
Oh yeah, there we go.
oh, perfect. Yeah.
We've got the lids.
Cool. So that's your lid. You can just put that on. So this is your filter paper that goes in the bottom. And then your
Oh, that's the complimentary.
yeah, look like that. So you just sprinkle it in the bottom. All right.
What's
So
there in the powder?
Especially some sort of absorption stuff.
yeah, it's so the paper is more for the more chunky bits, and the powder collects all the impurities in the oil. So even water, you don't want water in your oil, so that's going to collect it. So you'll see that it goes quite clumpy when it's collecting all the excess. So it is a little bit confusing. If when you're up and running, I'm more than happy to come out when you've got oil in there and re-show you.
When you're
that's going to make it
filtering
easier.
the oil back up, he was just mentioning, does the oil, that powder and the other ways, it's...
No. Yeah, it just stays in the bottom.
It stays in the bottom.
Yeah.
It defeats the purpose otherwise.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's probably pulled everything, and so it's weighted down.
Yeah. Any other questions with the fryer?
When you're cleaning with the brush, the oil has to be cold, right?
No, so hot is better.
No, because the brush is it affects
There's
the brush.
those plastic things in it then, no?
No,
They're not plastic.
They're not plastic.
It's a brush.
Yeah, it's specially
Might
made
be
for the
poly
fryer.
stuff
So you
like
can
that,
use even in the
heat
hot.
resistant.
Yeah.
It'll be heat resistant, some sort of a poly thing. Yeah, did you get it?
And you could wash it in hot soapy water, no doubt.
Can we just go over
Yeah.
the buttons one more time?
Yeah.
Just to make sure
So you've
everybody
just
knows.
got your on-off button here.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, you're pushing this ignition up to on, so that when you turn it on, it's going to light for you. Changing your temperature. And then the up-down buttons, that's going to
So it's
adjust the
centigrade or
temperature for you.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. So I don't know if 180 degrees is pretty standard for you guys.
So we've got
We're not sure because we just turn the wok on and wait till it's hot.
Okay,
and
yeah,
throw
so-
everything in.
180 is
Pretty hot.
pretty standard. So give it a go. If it's too hot, just adjust the temperature down a little bit.
So we've got two sets of heating
Yeah,
lines underneath.
yeah.
Okay. No, you have
You've
both of them going.
got to have both of them going at the same time
To have an
to
even temperature.
have it
You've
even.
only got one side.
This is good actually.
Then you can only cook
Yeah.
on one
So you don't
side.
get a dirt or anything.
It's going to the other side will be colder and then it's going to mix, so you're not going to get to your required
And then
temperature.
the filters, the yellow and the red.
Yep.
Have one more.
So
go.
red is releasing, so dropping the oil down,
Yeah.
and then your yellow activates the pump to clean through the oil and then bring it back up.
Right.
Okay.
And you have them on simultaneously?
Yep. So you put you,
Yeah.
once you can see the oil, all the oil is dropped down, you can push back across the red lever. Okay, and then you've just got the
And
yellow.
then turn the yellow.
Yeah.
Or leave the yellow on?
Just leave the yellow one.
And then
Yeah.
it automatically goes up.
Yep.
Yeah, and once all your oil's up, then you turn the
Then you
yellow
turn
on.
it off and then you start cleaning the bottom.
Yeah.
You've got to make sure you got the tray underneath when you turn the
Yeah, that's really important.
And then every time when you clean compulsory, you need the paper and powder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I don't need the powder, only paper, then I get the crumbs out.
No, you have to have both.
Yeah, you
have both.
definitely
You've got to
need
have both. You can't do one.
So how often
recommended to clean it?
It just depends on the use.
How much you use?
Yeah.
How many times a week
We
you
use, every day we
Every
use.
day we use. So maybe
And that, quite a, how many
every
poppadoms
3
do we
days
fry?
probably.
How many poppadoms we fry a day?
Four tubs.
Every day, every
How many
couple
is
of
that, though?
days.
Every 2 or 3 days. we
200
use.
packets.
How many?
Packets.
How many?
Maybe this stack.
A stack.
A stack.
In the packet about 12, about
But
how
it
many?
I noticed with the oil there after twice use it kind of looks a bit grotty.
You'll be able to tell by looking at the oil.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Okay then. We can
here's some instructions which will be handy. So we'll,
Oh, for
you
cleaning.
can maybe like, I don't know,
We'll put
stick that up here
We'll
or something.
laminate it.
Yeah.
Do you want to put that to laminate?
We can make few
We can put it behind us too.
It's got 2 sides, so.
It's got 2 sides to it. Do we have 2 of those?
No, we don't. What would?
You'll probably have 2 of those because you've got the other fire as well. So you'll probably have 2.
Yeah. So we can put one up and then the other. So that's what we have. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Motherji, Russell Prabhu taking video. Do you want to put an iPad and put a video on that? How to use it?
Yeah, we'll put it in as part of the induction course.
But as I said, if once you start using it, if you have any problems, we're just around the corner. So more than happy to come back and go through.
You're in South.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's where we're going.
that's a close.
We're going to look at.
Oh, are you? Oh, cool. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Hopefully today.
Oh, now we're back to this one.
So
This looks flashy with the gold.
yeah, so pretty similar to your garland unit there, except you've got an oven underneath with this one and a storage cupboard. So your storage cupboard on the side, and then you've got your oven.
It's a very long oven, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite long.
It's electric or
Yep, so this is piezo ignition for this, or a gas oven, but it'll be piezo ignition. So can everyone see? You just pull this little cap away and you'll be able to see
Pilot.
inside. Yep, the pilot. So to light this one, again, you're pushing it over to the little spark. Yes. So this is your oven control. And then you're lighting it. So you can see that it's lit.
it's on there?
Is it? Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
you can see that it's lit.
You don't have to stick your head down. No.
Yeah, so you can, all right, and then once it's on, yep, you can leave that on, and then you're just turning it around to set your temperature, okay? And then you can see it kick in a lot more once you've turned it round. Yeah. Okay?
It hasn't got a fan. This one doesn't. It's not a fan convection.
Oh, it's the same way. You gotta push it in.
Yeah.
You just turn it
Yeah,
and push it
so
in.
this and the oven, all right? So instead of using your hands, so I'll just leave that on pilot for you if you're happy with that. So you can just cover that.
Oh, like that, okay.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
just push.
Yep.
It's
Is it
still
on?
on.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
leave that on.
I just left it on pilot for you. Okay, sorry. All right, so, and then lighting these again with your lighter, putting it across to your spark.
Do these have a pilot?
Yep, so same again.
Pilots.
Oh, this is the pilot. The whole
We
coming.
make sure we have to turn them all off when we've got.
Okay, so that's lit.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is a good one.
so you've got a nice big flame again.
My gosh.
Adjust.
So high and
That
then
will cook
low,
things very fast.
and then your pilot. Okay.
I think the pilot
You know what
flame,
I'm more concerned with?
leave it on, off, I don't know.
Equipments and.
They all have pilots separately?
Yeah, so they've all got their own pilot light. Yeah.
And I think these guys were treated. It's just having respect for what the machines have got.
Like that, like that.
Yeah.
See?
The different size.
This one,
Yeah.
this one, this one.
And
No.
the pilot, you can leave it on or leave it off.
You can leave it on.
Yeah, this one is, you can adjust.
No. We had to do a door to bring all the machines.
But how do you turn it off, the pilot flame now?
Yeah. And
How do you turn it off?
Yeah, those pilot
Turn
flame.
it off.
You've got to have a door to take them out.
We should.
Push
it and try and make it right, yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's what I was trying anyway.
This part.
What a beautiful kitchen.
Oh, you do it like that, okay.
Yeah. So just back to this little symbol there, which shows you for what burner it's for. Yeah, the half moon. So that's off. Okay.
Right.
It's easy to clean.
Yeah, so these are really lovely to clean. So these are a little bit heavy too, so just be careful.
That cast iron too?
Yep, cast iron too. So again,
This is really good.
turn them on, heat them up a bit, turn the burners off, spray some oil on
Yeah.
just to get that seasoning.
Yep.
And then yeah, you can pull these out, fairly easy to clean. Yeah. So just wipe them out when you need to.
That's a really simple idea.
Easy to clean actually, this one.
Yeah.
No hoses, no buckets of water.
They will fit a couple of bucket water. No, there's few bucket water can fit there.
No, I mean, Bhaktivedanta.
But then you can't scratch that.
No, you just use a sponge.
You can't use the scrouter and then.
No. If something gets spilled, basically you should immediately remove it to another burner and let it cool and then this will
Sometimes we
be
drop oil and
to start off with.
Yeah.
This area will be
this will clog up.
No, they shouldn't do.
This is covering that.
Yeah.
But this, this the one we have now is clogged up.
Yeah. So you like this and the other unit are really good at protecting the pilot light because they're essentially covered. They're not open. So you shouldn't have too many issues.
So these are a big one, right? And this one is medium.
Yeah.
No, you've got a full tray.
Oh yeah, so we can also clean the gaps.
Yeah, you can brush them out with a brush or something if you wanted. If you did find that was probably enough.
I mean, it does get clogged.
Yeah.
We've got both.
ये मेरे काम ही नहीं है.
The main thing is very flat.
Yeah, so easy.
He's ordered the oven rack. Yeah, he's ordered the gabbiton trays. Yep. So that indicates that you're able to light it. You hold it in. She hadn't got that.
Because I was thinking if you go
Yep.
on the sea and the light.
The switch colors.
Yep, and then that's off.
That's the whole way. I was using the Eastern on the table.
You don't want next one. This is high flow.
Yep, so that's your flame size.
Fresh without anything else.
No.
Everyone wants to go now.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys, you know how long
You know how to light a
you
flame.
like little boys with toys. Little boys.
I can feel the heat from here.
So when it's very cold, you guys can.
Now I know how to do it.
No, I figured it out. Can they do now?
Wow. Beautiful.
So the big one will indicate a hotter flame, or is it just a wire?
It's actually very good, this one.
When you spill anything gets stuck here, then you need to.
ये सब साफ
Same burner in Bhopal? No, different, huh?
No,
Like that.
different.
Fairly substantial.
Maybe they're busy down there.
He might have heard.